Go. Record.
We're on, yeah?
Are we?
We're recording, yeah.
Yay.
Welcome to Review of the Crew, listeners.
Hello.
I'm not a
Paul's here.
listener.
Hello, Paul.
I'm the listener.
I'm not a listener.
You're the listener.
I'm the listener this week. That's my job.
Right, yeah. So we are reviewing some stuff that we've been consuming with the crewing.
I'm listening.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Review of the Crew with Mr. Adam Gattrell,
Oh, hello.
Mr. Ross Murphy,
Hello.
Mr. Paul Brown,
You're all right.
and me, Mr. Chris Quinton. Should we just crack on? We've not got any listener emails or anything like that. If you do want to write in, though,
Please do.
Yeah.
Please.
snoothethecrew@gmail.com.
Please.
Or snoothethecrew@gmail.com or podcast@snoownetwork.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can throw a brick with a bit of paper wrapped around it through Paul's window. All of the above, all at once. If you use all, what was that, 5?
Yeah.
Then you're bound to get a reply to one of them.
If you right-click, it should do all 5.
What road do you live in, Paul?
Tennyson Dockyards.
What road's this? What road are we on now?
Bellevue Road.
That's the one.
Paul lives at 142 Newport Road.
No, don't do that. I know my neighbours. Oh, shit.
That does my head in. There's a street. One of your neighbours, not one of your direct neighbours, but just down the road, their number for their house is 142, but they've got 142 written as 142.
As in, we can spell.
But it's not, is it? It's
What, instead
either
of numbers?
142
Oh, I see.
or 142.
So
Not
get a can of spray
142.
paint and go and write 100 on there. That's all you need, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can of spray paint, 100. Sorted. Won't bother you anymore. Right, anyway. What have you been watching then, Adam?
I went to see Black Panther last night. Ooh. Yeah.
Was it good?
It was. I really liked it. It's, yeah.
Do you want to do like a review?
Yeah, I can do without spoilers, obviously, because it's still at the cinema at the moment.
Do you think?
Yeah. It's still
For another
alright,
couple of
innit?
days.
Yeah. It's weird because I've read a lot of different reviews about it beforehand that didn't give away anything, and then I went and saw it, and it's interesting the directions the different reviews have gone. I'd say it's definitely one of the better Marvel films. I wouldn't have said it's the best Marvel film yet, as a couple of critics have said. I wouldn't agree with that. I'd say it's up there, but it's
A lot
not.
of people said it's amazing, but it's not my favourite.
Yeah,
They go, a lot of things I've seen have gone, yeah, it's A+, but it's not my favourite.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, it's not my favourite Marvel movie, but it's definitely up in like my top 5 or top 6. You know, the storyline's great. The way they lay out the storyline is great. The acting's really good. The cast choices are really good. The action's really good. There are a couple of moments where I think because of the actors that they've got, the budget ended up not being as good for graphics, because there's a couple of bits where the graphics aren't awful. They're not awful by any means. And like what they're trying to do with the graphics in those scenes and what's going on in the scenes is so big and so intense that I kind of understand why it doesn't look as good.
I'd be interested to see, actually, if there was a chap that wrote in a few weeks ago, wasn't there, who said about unfinished CGI. And whether or not we thought it was unfinished. And like looking at it, I know exactly what he's talking about. It'd be interesting to see if that scene still looks the same in the movie. I'll have to check. I'll have a look. I'm going to go and see it tomorrow night.
Yeah. There's elements of the graphics in 2 scenes. The graphics in most of it are brilliant, but there's 2 scenes where there's some obvious dips in quality. But it doesn't take away from the fact that the film is so good. You kind of can go, well, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's actually a good enough film and original enough. It works separate from the rest of the Marvel films. You could watch it as a standalone film, and everything that you need to know is explained well enough throughout the beginning and the storyline for you to enjoy it.
Does it feel like there are 2 distinct storylines, like one involving one bad guy and one involving the other, sort of thing?
No, it all fits together. The thing is, it's basically, it's got elements of like a James Bond spy thriller. it's got elements of like a Marvel action film, and then it's also got elements of like a Lord of the Rings-esque, like tribes and political sort of stuff going on.
Right.
So you've got 3 types of movies going on throughout.
Right.
And they all link together brilliantly, and a lot of people have gone, like some of the reviews have said, oh, I find it quite strange that they've got the 2 bad guys, but actually like they're interlinked so well that actually like one of the bad guys you enjoy and the other bad guy you really feel for. And like I was saying to Chris before we started recording, Vulture in the new Spider-Man, you understand why he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And you like feel for him. And you sympathise, and it's the same with this guy. You know, you understand why he's become the bad guy that he is in the movie, and why he's doing what he's doing, and why he gets to the point he gets to, and you can't fault it for that element, you know.
Another thing I've heard is that in places it's very, very dark, and because you've got characters that are both dressed in black. For instance, I think, Ross, you had an issue when you went and saw Dunkirk, and the cinema that you went and saw it at had really screwed up the contrast on
Cineworld is shit,
screen.
Aren't they?
I didn't find it that bad, to be honest. Like, there are some dark scenes in it. There's a couple of bits at night in the jungle. There's some bits in some caves that are dark, and then there's...
I don't think you're allowed to use the phrase dark scenes anymore.
What? Oh, right.
Casual racism.
Amazing. No, but yeah, like there are some areas of the film where I think if...
Right, we've got a cinema near us. It's in Ryde, and it's a low-end cinema that still uses like
family
an old...
run.
Yeah, uses an old projector, very small screen. And, well, actually, they're new projectors. It doesn't matter. Like,
I imagine their screens would probably do better justice than Cineworld, to be honest.
That's a bold statement.
The amount of times I've been to see a film at Cineworld and it's either too dark or too bright, or like
or just the wrong film.
Or the wrong film, yeah.
Actually, that did happen, didn't it? Who went and saw... Some fans went and saw Black Panther, I think, and were treated to 50 Shades Freed instead, or something, in a Cineworld cinema this week.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
It happens. So, yeah, but it was a great film.
Happens to the unlucky.
Although it's
I was fucking joking as well. I was just making a joke.
It did actually happen.
That happened.
I had no idea.
Yeah, like it happens, but yeah, it's a good film. I would recommend, if you like Marvel films, I'd say go and see it. If you want something slightly different to Marvel films but still within that universe, go and see it. If you want something that's separate that you can just enjoy, that's got superhero-esque characters in, it is just as good on its own.
To make my point, if it is the case that these shots and these specific scenes are too dark and you can't see what's going on with the action and stuff, it's probably not worth downloading shit copies of it, is it?
No.
You know what I mean?
To be honest, I didn't have
can't
any.
watch it on
I
my
didn't
phone.
have
Worth
any
downloading
problem.
shit copies of it anyway.
Yeah,
Some
Go to the fucking
things you
cinema,
can though, can't you?
pikey.
yeah, something that hasn't got vibrant, ultra amazing.
You want to wait
action
for a
scenes
decent
and
copy
graphics.
of it to come along if you're going to download it.
If you're going to watch something like this, then I'd recommend cinema for your first watch, or just wait until it comes out on Ultra 4K Blu-ray or some stupid shit, and
Something
get
like
an
South Park
expensive
or
TV.
something.
Yeah, if it's South
You
Park,
can watch that on
yeah.
a Spectrum 48K.
Yeah, true.
It still looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
South Park, the video games look better than the TV show, don't they?
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
The animation's all crappy. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd
How
recommend
many
it.
heart-shaped herbs out of a tree, then?
How many purple hearts of a plant? I'd probably say it's a good 8.5, 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Like I say, it sits up there with the best 4 Marvel films in my eyes so far we've had within the series.
It's certainly taken a lot of money at the box office. It is the world's 5th biggest opening weekend of all time.
I must admit, like
It's
there
quite
was an interesting thing I heard a little while ago on a podcast I was listening to, where I think it was possibly Joe Rogan talking about how when Blade came out at the cinema,
Yep, the first one.
Yeah, with Wesley Snipes, no one had any talk about the fact that it was a key main character played by a black guy, and then now there seems to be, more in America than over here,
Yeah.
there seems to be this weird thing of white people going, when is it okay to go and watch Black Panther? So all the and it's like, what do you mean?
It became such a big deal that the key characters were black as well. I mean, I was sat at home with my wife and we were both puzzled. Like, when was this?
Yeah, I don't
issue?
think we see that as much over here,
No.
maybe as over there. But like, yeah, when Blade came out, there was no issue.
No,
Like, there's been characters like when Shaft came out. Did white people wait to go and see it at the cinema? No, but he was saying that he's noticed a lot of people online having these discussions and like in a serious manner, not like
bizarre.
joking, but like people going like, should I wait? And it's like, well, no, it's a movie. Go and see it. If you want to go and see it, go and see it. Like, it's not for just one particular like skin tone or one particular race of people. It's a Marvel film for everyone. If you want to go and see it, go and see it. It was like, it's bad enough they had all the sort of racist community jumping on it, trying to get it bad reviews and stuff before it even properly come out. But then for people to be like,
to react
when
the way
can
they
I
have,
go
that
and see it?
makes
It's like, that's
a
really
racist
weird.
issue. Yeah, that becomes racist.
It's like, just treat it like a movie. Like, go and enjoy it for what it is. If you get something out of it because of your culture or whatever, that's fine. But like, don't be an idiot and think that you can't go and see it because of something, or try and get it shut off and told that it's awful because you don't like black people. Stop being racist dicks and stupid white people.
And if you are really that bothered, there is plenty of white movies already.
Exactly. But that's what I mean. It just seems weird that when Blade came out, there wasn't that issue. Yeah. And now it's like there's so many issues.
Because anything that's big and successful, you've got to attach politics to it, haven't you?
Well, now, but
everything is used as a political.
Yeah. Whereas back then there wasn't so much politics attached to stuff. Maybe I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, go and see it.
Twitter, hey?
Fucking Twitter.
What have you been watching?
Me? I saw The Darkest Hour last night.
What, on your phone? Well,
No.
Or sat on the toilet?
No.
With Malaysian subtitles taking up 80% of the screen?
No. There is a very good copy of it on the internet.
Because I bet it's a for your consideration copy, isn't it?
No, it's
time
not.
of the year.
Nope. It doesn't have any watermarks in it or anything at all. No for your consideration popping
Is
up
it very
at any
good?
point. Oh, you want to know about the actual film?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, yes, it is extremely good. I think
steal it off the internet.
It is beautiful. I mean, I can't afford to go to the cinema like 2 or 3 times a month, and there's quite a few films that I want to see over this cinema over this summer period.
Do you have
so I'm going to go and see.
comparethemusics.com?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to go and see Black Panther tomorrow night.
Okay.
So I am putting money into the
industry
pot.
to the movies that definitely need it.
Yeah,
like Black Panther.
No, absolutely.
I'll steal the
Darkest
small
Hour
budget
doesn't
movie.
need it, does it? Like we said before, there's no in between these days with movies. It's either high budget or low end.
Yeah,
There's nothing in the middle.
There's no 10, 11 million quid comedies anymore.
No, there you go. But yeah, Gary Oldman, I can understand why it is that he's being nominated for awards.
/ winning.
Mainly because I suppose he bloody deserves one by now. He does deserve an Oscar, doesn't he?
He deserved one for fucking Nosferatu.
He did.
Vampire.
He did.
Bram Stoker's. He's fucking amazing in that.
Is this his first Oscar then?
It is.
Shit.
Hopefully, if he
Well,
gets
it's ridiculous,
it. Yeah.
isn't
No,
it?
he hasn't won an Oscar yet.
Oh, he hasn't. He's never won an. That's mental. I just assumed he had.
Let's kind of
Wow.
hope that he does first. I tell you what,
He's the greatest character actor of his generation.
Absolutely, and this is no exception. Like apparently, he's in makeup 4 hours a day before he even sets foot on set.
He's
Sets
the new
foot on
Alex
set. That sounds weird.
Guinness.
But yeah,
Steps.
steps on the set. Thank you very much. But yeah, the ability to pull off like character acting in that manner with all of that stuff on you. Like honestly, I suppose to a degree you're hiding behind it, aren't you? And it kind of helps a little bit, perhaps. But it's beautiful. It's a thing to behold. The prosthetics are brilliant. The makeup department deserve an award as well. To be honest, it's like I've never seen anyone with like prosthetic jowls that look that.
Michael Jackson in Ghost.
Michael Jackson in Ghost.
He plays a fat white man with jowls, and they're really well done for the time.
I'll have to have a look.
Yeah.
Actual Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That and the Nutty Professor.
But yeah, there's some really lovely elements to the story. If you loved The King's Speech, for instance, that is it ticks all the same boxes. It's very similar. You know, it's got all the really nice.
It's almost like it happened around the same time.
It
as well,
is,
isn't
yeah. It's very true. In actual fact, one guy that really did impress me is the guy who plays the bad guy in Star Wars, the one that you don't like, Ross. Rogue One.
Ben Mendelsohn.
That's the guy who's going to be. He's going to be the bad guy in Ready Player One as well, right?
Yeah.
He's brilliant as. Is it King George? Is it the king that was with the speech impediment?
Yep.
Yeah, he's fantastic as him.
So actually, really, what you want to do is watch
King's Speech.
The King's Speech, then this,
Yeah.
and then The Crown season 1.
Oh, really?
All interlinks.
And then Dunkirk.
And Dunkirk as well, actually.
Oh no, let's not even talk about war movies. I could talk about them for days.
But yeah, you're right. All these films are tightly linked, and they're all fucking good as well. I know you don't really like Dunkirk, Ross, but yeah,
It's all right.
it's all right.
The reason I don't like it is because the Second World War is one of my favourite subjects.
And you prefer soundtracks that are played on more than one instrument.
Yeah, I prefer instruments I prefer soundtracks that are more than one note.
Yeah,
I do find it quite interesting that around.
Oh, no, sorry, there is a tick and a tock in that soundtrack.
that's true. Yeah, only one saw though.
It is interesting how around the time of all the Brexit stuff happening, from when it started to now, there seems to have been a lot of films about British people being British.
It's the second Churchill movie.
Second Churchill movie.
I'm going to go and watch the other one actually. But,
Dunkirk, and then a couple of low-budget films about.
Yeah, we're the
World
laughing
Wars.
stock of the world, but at least we can sit and watch it,
exactly.
be really insular and go, oh, do you remember 60 years ago when nobody I know
There'll
is
be a
even
film
alive
about
now?
the 66
But yeah,
World
the
Cup
war,
soon.
yeah.
but yeah,
I just found that interesting. Noticed it the other day.
Ham-faced Tory wankers, the lot of you.
there's
Cock
lots of very interesting things that I didn't know about Winston Churchill that I'd learnt from this film, like his disappearing acts that he used to do, and he would just disappear and go and talk to normal people in London, and go and get on. They do a brilliant, an absolutely killer scene in this film where he gets on a tube train and just talks to the common people about what their opinions are of the war and things. And from reading up on it, it probably didn't happen, but he did do that sort of thing. So they wrote this specific scene to sort of bring that home, and it's phenomenal. It actually brought a tear to my eye. That scene it's fantastic.
I've read his 7-part history of the Second World War. It's a fucking massive. It's literally about 14 inches wide.
A tome.
Yeah,
An actual
Well, it's
tome.
multiple volumes. It's fucking brilliant.
Cool.
The funniest thing in it, though, is he always refers to Hitler as Corporal Hitler.
Corporal Hitler.
Because in the First World War, he was Vice Lord of the Admiralty.
Or as my granddad told me, an ice cream delivery
Hitler
man on
was
the
a
front
corporal.
line.
That's always this little thing.
Fair enough. I'm surprised they didn't have more about First World War. Was it First World War where Churchill was a prisoner of war?
No, he was the First Lord of the Admiralty in the First World War.
What was he doing? When was he a prisoner of war?
Probably
He escaped,
in the Boer
didn't he?
War or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Africa.
And he
Somewhere where we were carving up the planet.
He escaped on a train, apparently, on the roof of a train.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, there we go. Nor do I really. Otherwise, I'd be able to tell you more. But yeah, so I reckon 5 cigars out of a box.
Yep.
It's very good.
How many's in the box?
5.
Good.
See, we had this rule before where we were making sure that our reviews were either positive in nature, but not actually giving a number, like 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5.
You've got someone who's
You
incredibly
guys have just
OCD
forgotten it.
here. No, I need to know what the numbers are,
I always do it
where
out of
they
10.
sit, and what they refer to.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, chaos.
That's why you go 5. I give it 5 cigars out of a British Bulldog because you can't. There's no sum that fixes that.
Fine.
I reckon you could fit 5 cigars up a British Bulldog, but no more.
So yeah, it's very good. Go and watch it. And I also watched The Ritual as well, which I'll be very brief about. It's a pretty bloody good horror movie, but it's a bit substandard when you get to the end.
Right, one of them.
Is that
Yeah.
the Netflix in the Woods one?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's very, very good. I decided to watch it on my own in bed, and I was fucking terrified for about 3/4 of an hour, and then it gets a bit creature horror at the end, and it's a bit
I'm
yeah.
going to have to watch this.
Did you start it thinking it was a
one.
porno?
No.
Okay. Just
The Ritual.
I've done that before.
Oh, really?
Started with what I thought was a porno. It turned out to be a horror film.
Really
Really ruined the
Texas Chainsaw
wank.
Massacre
Yeah.
was the same, yeah.
Yeah, totally ruins the wank.
There you go. I'd probably give that about, what?
4 limbs out of a basket full of dead people.
That'll do.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll do. Let's do that. Let's go with that. Moving on. Ross?
Nothing, mate.
Nothing at all.
I've got nothing to contribute to
What?
this part.
Absolutely
I
nothing.
bought a house, and all I've been doing is knocking down walls and putting holes in things and digging stuff up. And getting fuming with bath companies.
Do you want to review them?
Yeah, review them.
When I've had time, I've probably played a game of Fortnite.
Okay.
I literally have consumed.
You
nothing.
invited me for a game of Fortnite the other day,
Yeah, because we only had 3 of us,
and I responded about 15 minutes later.
and I'd
'cause-
already finished because I literally was like, "Oh, I've got time for a game."
Right. Okay, fair enough. I was
And you
killing
were online,
something.
so I just thought
I was killing something in Witcher 3. Oh, a werewolf, that's it.
Nice.
Or attempting to.
What, the one
it's a
near
tough
the
bugger.
first castle you go to?
No, it's in an area where there's like a talking tree.
Oh man, that game's so massive. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't think I've ever seen a talking tree.
There's a place of power right next to it. If that helps. No, it certainly does not. Witcher 3 is very good. There you go, that's Ross's review.
There you go. Another game, Friday the 13th. My mate downloaded it on PS4.
Hey, it was really cheap, wasn't it? It was like about
Really,
£8.
really cheap. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah?
I think you'd even like this one as a modern game. You either are playing one
It's
of the...
asymmetrical.
He pointed at Paul.
Yeah,
for your
sorry.
information there.
Like, you're either playing one of the counsellors at the camp or Jason.
And it's multiplayer online.
Wicked, no,
so
I'm up
you're
for
all
that.
running around either trying to find bits to fix the car or get bits to fix a radio to call the police or finding his mother's jumper to put on. But you can only do that if you're a girl. If you put it on as a bloke, he doesn't care. And then you can be different versions of Jason. So from all the different places,
Wicked.
and there's all the different locations.
I thought you were
and
talking
it's
about the old
hilarious.
8-bit one at first.
No,
I'm a big
it's-
fan of
it's
that.
a
It's
new
so
one.
bad, it's good.
It's a really good game.
There's some really good videos out there because it's it's not scripted in any way. It's just hilarious videos because it's multiplayer. There's like these couple of people. There's only like 2 people left, and this one guy gets in the car and starts the car, and you've got to escape the camp basically. And Jason's there, and he drives around Jason, and the other person's just in the road trying to run away, and he just mows him down.
I saw someone crash a car into a tree and then stand on the roof of the car while Jason was hacking at them, just stepping slightly out of, like, slashing distance and moving around the roof of the car for about 10 minutes. And then they got back in the car and managed to reverse backwards, and then he teleported in front of them and just smashed the front of the car to pieces.
Brilliant. No, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's a
check
great
this out
game.
then.
Great game. So, yeah, sorry.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
PS4, is it?
Yeah, PS4.
Paul?
Oh, Christ. I've forgotten again. Before the start of the show,
Oh, Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Discovery.
Episode... How
12?
many is it? I think
There's 14 altogether,
14.
is it?
14
I'm on
altogether.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on
Okay.
13. Yeah, I'd highly recommend it. It's very good.
I'm on 12. Do you want to spoil it for me?
No. You
No,
don't.
let's
you
save
don't-
it.
no,
We're all nearly
save it.
finished.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
think
literally
watched
fell
it all.
asleep with 10 minutes of the whole thing to go.
We'll do a complete season
Yeah.
review next week,
good.
shall we?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
definitely.
I've really enjoyed it. It's very good. And
What do you
Mindhunter.
think of the
Oh.
Klingons, though? Like, I'm still having a little bit of an issue with the look of the Klingons.
Mate, I've got issues with the whole fucking thing, mate.
No, I couldn't care less with that. I just...
Seriously, I have.
The way it looks, because of the
well,
fact that it's so
it just
advanced.
doesn't fit in with, does it? Like,
There's
it would-
lots
it
of
would have been
things in
so
it that
much
do fit,
easier.
but-
I know we're not going to talk about it now, but it would have been so much easier to just make it happen after Star Trek, and then you could have done all this, and you wouldn't have had to retcon any of it. And you
Yeah,
could have gone,
yeah.
we got a fucking boat that jumps into a different dimension, shit like that, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
I just can't keep up with the subtitles of that.
Well, you just
I
read
just
the English,
ca-
mate.
No,
Don't
I
try
can't,
and translate
I can't.
it from
I
the
know, I
Klingon
just
in your
can't
head.
read the English neither. I'd rather they just fucking dub it.
It's there with his Klingon English dictionary going, what do you say? It's
because you're trying
put
to
your
play-
dictionary down, dick.
I've more chance of understanding the Klingon than I have the written English. It's fucking...
I've got a Klingon Scrabble if you fancy go.
There are moments with the subtitles because quite often there's like a bright light. There have been moments where subtitles have come up when the Klingons are speaking, and like 3 of the words are blurred out by bright white lights, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What? I can't." And you move, thinking, "Oh, I'll look.
Yeah,
oh no,
I'll
I
go
can't
around
look around
that.
it because it's a subtitle." Yeah.
So, yeah, there's my summary of that.
There
It's
you go.
good.
Anything else?
Mindhunter, extremely good.
Ooh,
so
yes.
good. Yep.
It's very
so
good.
so good.
And I reckon BTK is the guy they're going to go for the next one.
That's the guy he's installing something, isn't he?
He worked for ADT. It took him years to catch this guy.
AT&T.
No,
ADT.
ADT, yeah. He
alarm
worked for
company.
AD, the alarm company. So what you do
it's
is
an
go in,
alarm.
recce the house, advise all the security system, install it all for them.
Put a
then
back
come
door in,
Yeah,
kick it in, murder him.
Yeah, that's it.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah. So, yeah, very good.
All of the actors that are playing
hang
the
on.
bad guy, well, the bad guys,
They're
the
incredible.
serial killers are all spot on.
Spot on.
Hang on. Looking at these TV screens, there appears to be a blind spot in the CCTV. No. Don't worry about that. No, you don't need it. No, but it definitely feels like you can't see the bottom right-hand corner of our house. No, it's fine. This is the best system you can have. Trust me, I installed it. Oh, okay then. Yeah, you're dead.
See you in 2 weeks.
So I don't need to worry about that shadow-shaped blind spot there. It's got like a hand cut out with a big daggery bit there.
This
don't worry about
escape
that.
hatch feels like you could also come through it the other way if you wanted to. Like it could also be an entry.
It could work both ways. Yeah. So, but don't worry about that.
I think I saw at least a mention of who's this murderer that Charlize Theron? What's her name?
Oh,
Charlize
is this the
Charlize Theron. She played in Monster.
Eileen.
Aileen Wakossi.
I have
I
a
can
feeling
never
I've seen
pronounce
it mentioned somewhere that she's going to be in
Make an
season 2.
appearance.
That'd be
I
interesting.
wonder if they're adding in ones that were actually linked to the guys that worked in that department in reality, or whether they're just going to add extra ones in because they know they're famous and people will enjoy knowing the story.
I think it'll depend on the. It'll have to go with the timeline, won't it? So then your next big name is going to be Dharma or someone like that.
Yeah. Because they're
or
not far
Bundy.
off. Are they? Yeah, because then it'll. Oh, get my
Bundy and
order.
Dharma are your big two.
Yeah.
Gacy, they've already cut. No, Gacy would be coming up, wouldn't he? He was early 80s.
There
Yeah.
are like a couple of people that they tried to get into interview during season 1 that wouldn't see them as well.
Ah, that's true, yeah.
Yes.
So maybe Gacy
and I tried
was-
to look and I couldn't work out who they
What
were.
about Hannibal Lecter? Will he turn up?
Don't know. Who knows?
Maybe.
Let's hope so.
They might chuck in some fictional ones.
Because
for fun.
the FBI agent is who the FBI agent in Manhunter and Red
It's
Dragon is
meant to
based
be,
on.
yeah. So I
right?
think that's where it's
So-
heading.
Yeah, but hang on. I was joking. Hannibal Lecter's a fictional character.
Yeah,
isn't he?
but I think it's
It's all based on a real
something.
character.
it's based on
Like a real
all
person.
real life, but they're going to have
Manimal
to.
Nectar.
Right, but the character that Charlize Theron played again, what's the murderer's name?
Eileen Wardrobe.
Right, her.
Yeah.
Right, my missus stopped me from putting a video comparison online, but if you go and look at her final days, like the interviews that she
It
was
is
giving,
spot on, isn't it?
and then,
Is she the one that there has been a documentary on Netflix about her for ages?
don't know.
Like
I
they
think-
just
yeah,
interviewed her in the
yeah.
prison
Yeah.
all the time. And
So
that's-
watch some of that footage
the woman
from
from
the
Monster.
hours. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So watch some of the footage from just before she was fried, and then watch a video of Donald Trump. They're the same person. They are they've got the same mannerisms. They just
I
talk.
thought you were
They
going to
say
say,
certain
like,
things
look
the same way.
at Charlize Theron next to it and look how good she
Both
is
psychotic.
at playing her. But
Oh, we
Both
need to.
psychotic, both psychos,
Yeah.
and both Andy Kaufman. I
because
imagine.
there was also that element that they're getting into because it's set in the 70s, isn't it, Mindhunter, and they're going into the 80s, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the mid 80s to like sort of slight end of 80s is
Yeah.
when the Michael Alec party monster with the club kids in New York.
Yeah,
happened
that
with
was
all the ecstasy
early
and
90s,
stuff.
wasn't it? Yeah.
That was late 80s. It happened.
Oh,
and
was it?
Yeah. So that would be interesting
What
if
was
they
that?
end up.
He would just you'd
Did they
party
make a
and
movie
then
of that
he
as
would
well?
kill you.
Yeah, they did.
No,
That
no,
was
he killed his drug dealer, and they had Macaulay Culkin play him.
Macaulay Culkin.
And when
That's it.
again, when you look at the footage of him being interviewed in prison, and then Macaulay Culkin playing him, the mannerisms and the way he,
He did do it
talks
quite
is
well, didn't he?
proper close.
Yeah,
Like, it's
and that's
really
just Macaulay
scary.
Culkin being himself.
No,
Probably.
He is. Look, he's pretty.
He's a
fucked up.
fucking psychopath as well.
Yeah.
Well, his character in Home Alone is as well.
Yeah, true.
Absolute nutcase.
Speaking of things that have been wrongly touched by Michael Jackson,
Nice.
Men in Black 1 and 2, I had the misfortune of watching this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
What's that got to do
Congratulations.
with Michael Jackson?
Because he's in it.
Is he?
Yeah,
In the second one, yeah.
he's in the second
Is
one.
he?
Very briefly, yeah.
just
he's-
up on the screen as an alien that chats to him about
Yeah.
something.
Oh, he's an
okay.
alien.
Yeah,
I
and he
I
wants
really
the,
like the first one.
I don't like
it's
either of
cheesy,
them.
but
they're both really
it's based
now,
on a
isn't it?
comic book,
Yeah.
and the
So
first
that's
one.
by default, Adam loves it.
No, but they get it really well. They get the essence of the comedy and the idea from the comic quite
Far
well.
better than ROPD.
Yeah. And I really like the
film
first
was
one, and the
terrible.
third one's a good laugh, but the second one was awful.
The second one, it's just
Yeah.
we're riding on the success. We need another one.
They're
of
rebooting
this.
it soon.
Yeah.
Third one,
Different
then don't
actors,
even
much
bother
more
Paul.
serious actors, so they're probably going to take it a darker route like the cartoon series was, because
Right.
cartoon was a lot darker.
Well, I only watched it because the boy hadn't watched them before. He said, let's try
If
this
you're going to
out.
watch
So, yeah.
a movie from that period with Tommy Lee Jones in, watch The Fugitive
Batman Forever.
or Volcano.
Oh, no, I can't bother with Volcano neither.
Batman Forever.
Yeah, good point.
One Punch Man, working my way through that. I've seen it in the background because my little boy loves watching it. And, you kind of leave him to watch stuff and you think, God, it'll finish in a minute. I found the opposite with this. It was like, this ain't bad. Actually,
So good.
That's actually, I'm fucking watching this. By fourth or fifth episode? I'm like, this is fucking good stuff.
That's how
How
far
old is
I've
it?
got. It's so annoying.
Is it like 80s?
No, One
about
Punch Man's what?
2 years old?
2
3
years old? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Really good.
But this is the English dubbed version I've managed to get hold of. She's like rocking our shit. It's brilliant. It's really well dubbed as well. The voice acting's really
I need
good.
the dub version because the subtitles is so difficult to read because there's so much being said so quickly at times.
Well, I
you
like
can't
the voice they've given
keep
him.
over.
He's very similar to...
Starscream?
No, unfortunately not. No, but they've given him... He sounds like Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just really good.
Who voices a character in BoJack Horseman?
Yeah, that's
doesn't he?
right. Yeah, it's very similar to that sort of... like low, toned down, less... No, it's more just kind of...
Well, the character's almost... He's just... I like to shop and I like to punch people.
That's
Like,
it, yeah.
that's it.
It's pretty much it.
Like, I'm a superhero for fun.
Yeah.
I've been rewatching Archer this week as well, actually.
Oh, that's-
Just having it on in the background, and there's loads of voice actors in that I recognise
it's-
from other things.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the guy, well, obviously Archer is Bob from Bob's Burgers,
Yeah.
and
Jerry's
Jerry's as in the father from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
is the douchebag
Yeah.
guy that works in their office. Yeah, very good.
The first 4 series I loved, and then they went down a bit, and then it got better again, and then the recent
The
series
last
I
one is
really
The
not
recent
couldn't
great.
series
get
is a
on
bit of a
with.
struggle, but I'm hoping
Yeah.
it's... I mean, it is just him in a coma, isn't it, at the moment?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Sorry,
he's
yeah, it is, yeah.
fighting his way out of this coma, so...
It'd be good for him to just go a totally different direction again, like they did when they did the Miami Vice one, where they were
That was
basically
fun,
just being
wasn't it?
drug dealers.
Yeah.
Like each series should just be a totally different
I
situation
think
they
that's
move into.
pretty much
but-
what they are continuing to do. So,
Oh, are they now?
Like this one's like
okay.
an LA Noir type thing, like the most recent one, for instance.
Well, I haven't even seen that one then.
Reminds me though.
Yeah, it's worth a go. It's not
Okay.
the best one, but it's him. It's LA Noir type of thing. He's in a
Right.
coma fighting his way out of it. So it's a little bit like the whole. What was that series? Life on Mars.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
It's that sort of angle.
Reminds me,
okay.
there was a trailer for Rick and Morty season 4.
Yes, it's
You're kidding.
amazing.
No, I'm not
It's
kidding.
amazing.
You are. Oh, you're.
It's so
It's
good.
just really, well, kind of what you'd expect from Rick and Morty. It's very clever.
A
I like it.
perfect-
I
perfect
thought, where the hell are they
conversation.
going with
Yeah.
this?
And that's widely
it goes
available?
on for ages and ages and
Yeah.
ages.
It's widely
The trailer's
available.
It's like
widely
4.5
available.
minutes long, isn't it? Something
Yeah.
like that. 4.5 minutes.
And it's got characters in it from Final Space, which I stuck those
you
two
Did
together
mention,
in
I've
my...
been looking for that. Couldn't find
my
it.
mind.
I tried.
It's not out yet. It's
No,
out,
I tried watching the trailers and it just doesn't. I don't know. It
It's out on
doesn't
Monday.
work for me.
A week today.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
out.
going to
Right,
give
so-
it a go, but it just doesn't quite look like it's
well,
going to be that good.
the guys from Futurama have obviously got faith in it. You know,
Well, it's Matt
enough for them
Groening,
to...
isn't it? So
Yeah. So, yeah. And those old links that I was talking about before with Gravity Falls.
yeah.
Gravity
Yes,
Falls
yeah,
characters
yeah.
in this trailer as well. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much me done this week. Consuming in an inch. Yeah.
I will add the Rick and Morty trailer to our trailers on our Facebook page for the other show there.
Cool.
Awesome.
That'd be
Yeah.
excellent.
Right, is that it?
That's
think
me
it
done,
is.
We're
yeah.
going to have some dinner.
Did
Yes,
you ever,
please.
Did you ever find that crowbar, Ross?
No,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We can't review it then.
no.
No.
Okay, maybe next week.
Yeah.
If you want to hear us reviewing a crowbar, tune in.
Come back next week.
Next week. If you want to find any of our personal stuff, though, any of our bits that we do outside of the podcast, go and find us on Facebook. You can find links to all of our bits there, and honourable mentions for Libsyn and Stitcher for
Of course.
making the best crowbars.
Did they get a mention in the previous?
They did.
Yeah.
Can't remember what for though.
Something up a bumhole.
Everything.
But this time they've been making crowbars.
The best
crowbars.
Right, let's go.
So what wants their dinner?
If you want to write into us, please
hungry,
do.
mate.
snoowiththecrew@gmail.com, podcast at Snoo Network. Tweet at us at Snoo with the Crew.
Yep.
Anything you want, really. It's the age of technology.
Send us some bathroom catalogues for Ross. Anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, good.
Right. Should we go?
Yeah, go on then.
Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Bye.